Hi, my friends. Welcome. I thought we could play around with dominant pentatonic a little bit, have some fun. We're going to look at the blues and just stay in one area of the neck. Will be the key of G, but we're going to go through three different shapes right there. Maybe we'll even look at a little more, but just to keep it simple and see how well Dom Pent can work in this just simple format. It's just the beginning. You're just touching the surface of what dominant pentatonic can do. The first thing we always do is find the lowest shape, whether it's major pentatonic or dominant. In this case, in the key of G, we'll use G Dom Pent first. And there's root shape. Okay, and what's the difference between major and dominant pentatonic? It's just one note. It's the sixth in major turns into the flat seventh for dominant. And that's what flat seven means, by the way, dominant. We're going to go G7 to C7, just the very basic blues. And then D7 is our 5 chord. Say D9 to C9, G13 there. If you don't know, all these chords, or I should say chord types, are interchangeable because they're part of a chord family. So G7 is interchangeable with G9 or G13. Now, one thing we can't use is G11 in this situation. It has a quirk to it that we're not going to talk about right now because that's a harmony lesson. But so we can use G7, G9, or G13, and any versions thereof. Let's start with G Dom Pent and just look at that shape. There's root shape. And if you're used to doing the U-turns that we always love to do, go ahead and work with that for a minute maybe. Good. So you really get the shape under your fingers a little bit. We want to see that shape all the way across the neck, whether we're doing sequences like this or we always want access to the whole shape at any point in time, no matter where we are. Okay, so that's going to be important in this case too. So now we're going to go from G7 to the 4 chord to C7 or C9 or C13. Okay, so we're going to go now to 5th shape of C Dom Pent. Okay, so let's play with that a little bit. Using U-turns. This is a little bit tough for beginning intermediate players with this stretch between 1 and 3, but it really works fingering wise to keep you in position. We could take Dom Pent, G Dom Pent up the neck, ascending across, and then descend in C Dom Pent. So okay, that's one way to work on it. You could work on sequences of 4s between the two shapes. Here's string pair 2. Here's string pair 3. And I think this is a great thing to do because you really recognize when the active tone is working here. And I'll talk about that a little more. So there's the next string pair, and then finally this one. So the very first cool thing about dominant pentatonic, it's already telling you what's going on here completely. I'm playing G9 to C9. You don't need the chords to hear that. So everybody's ear is going to hear that that's what you're doing. Works great. Okay. We can do D7 or 9 or 11 or 13, excuse me. And we use D dom pent. And we're going to do that using third shape. So let's play with that a little bit. This is one of the easier shapes. There's no weird fingering or anything. Okay, so you might do this. And this is the kind of thing I get up and do sequences every day going through. Basically, we're doing what's called momentary key changes. And I won't get into that right now, but this is really what we're doing. So here's G dom pent to C dom pent and back to G. Go to D dom pent to C. You can already hear the blues happening, right? Let's try that somewhere else. Let's go G dom pent on the second string pair to C dom pent, back to G. Now to D. Okay, to C, to G. So you want to work on those on all the string pairs. And of course, eventually, you take this up through all 5 shapes. So here's G dom pent, second shape, to C dom pent, flat 7, D dom pent, C. Works great. Let's try and look at this with, I've got a little blues thing. I lay it down really quick. There's C, G7 to C, D dom pent, C, it's just sort of a no-brainer, isn't it? You can get really simple and have a lot of fun. I'm just going to stick to like 2 or 3 notes. So that's, you see how well it works over this. When you like, you can arbitrarily throw in the G blues scale like this. Blues, C dom pen, G dom pen, so what's really crazy fun is when you get the other shapes down, which I'm going to do just for a minute, and then you start to add the blues scale. Whew, it can be so much fun. Here's G dom. So G dom pen to C dom pen, G back to G, and then D dom pen to C, all in one area. You're going to hear those active tones come up next to each other. It's so nice. And then throwing in the blues scale whenever you want, it's going to work out good for you. It's hard to mess up too much without real intention. Okay, folks, have fun with that stuff. See you the next time.